Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, I'm Lex MR2, and today I'm doing a full Toyota MR2 review slash buyer's guide for anyone thinking about getting an MR2 either as a daily or as a project. If you are a fellow MR2 owner watching this and you think that I've missed anything, feel free to drop anything else in the comments, and whilst you're there, hit the like button and subscribe. Firstly, I'm going to touch on something that I didn't know as a first time MR2 owner, and now I know, and it's all fine. But there is foam panels just behind the seats, sort of in the body of the car, that you can access from the inside. And there's also like a bit of asbestos-like material in the boot lid as well. So make sure you remove those. I didn't remove them for quite a while, and when I took them out, they were sort of like rotting. So it was essentially rotting the car from the inside out. So please remove them. It is super easy to do. You just take the trim off the back, and then it is a bit fiddly. You kind of have to get some like pliers or tweezers or something to get it out. But when you do it, your car will not rot. Fingers crossed. In addition to my first point, when removing the foam panels from the interior, there is a lot of pop clips. Not just in these side panels, but all over the car. I find generally in Japanese cars, there is a lot of pop clips. And if your car is anything like mine, these have not come off for a good 20 years. So they are brittle plastic, and the amount I have snapped is embarrassing. So make sure you get yourself on Amazon and get yourself one of these sets. They don't just do it for Toyota. They're pretty much like universal ones. It does tell you what car you can put them on, but I got the ones that were like specifically for Toyotas. So they come with lots of different sizes and shapes of them for depending on where you are on the car. But I have found that these are pretty universal. Like I can use them on my Seat. Ryan uses them on his car. So yeah, definitely get yourself one of these. It was like £10 off Amazon, and it will save you a lot of stress. If you are someone who is new to working on cars like me, this is an extremely easy car to work on. I've done a lot of the interior stuff myself. The whole interior trim around the radio, everything like that all just pops out. Again, a lot of pop clips, and everything's quite accessible, to be honest. You can see here the spark plugs are pretty easy to get to. The air box, all of that is pretty easy to get to, except for when you need to do a clutch, because that's back here and it's an engine out job. There is also a lot of upgrades and a lot of modifications that you can do to these cars. Just recently, I've disconnected my MAF and putting a cone filter in. So luckily it runs without a MAF. I know some of them don't, but mine's a Rev 5, which is the last generation of the Mark IIs. So I can run mine without the MAF, but I know a few of them can't. So just make sure yours runs without the MAF before you start going crazy. But I've done the exhaust, obviously wheels, interior mods, things like that. I've just got bucket seats. Like, it is endless, and the parts are pretty easy to find as well. Another thing you'll notice about mine is I have actually got the sunroof. So this comes off and it goes in the frunk. There are some that have the T-tops as well, or there are ones that don't have the sunroof, but they're very rare to find them without the sunroof. I see a lot of T-tops, but I hear they have leakage problems. So let me know if you have a T-top. Does it leak? Does it not? I don't know. Something I don't like about the MR2, and it's kind of controversial because it doesn't really matter, is it doesn't have cup holders. I've never had a car without cup holders until now, and you don't realise how much they actually change your life. Like, I'm just a girl that likes to go to Starbucks, and I've got nowhere to put my drink, and I end up literally having my drink like sat here with me, and I'm trying to drive, and it is a nightmare, and it just ends up going all over my seat. You guys will know my Stanley cups put all over my seat as well. So when I upgrade to bucket seats, I'm going to have to ban drinks or find someone that makes cup holders. If anyone knows who makes cup holders for the MR2, send me a message. Next up is storage. There is so much storage in these cars. I had no idea. They are like a tiny little car, but we've got a boot, a frunk, and then there's like compartments behind the seat, and then there's these two compartments here. There's this one, which I just keep all my stickers and everything, and then there's this top one as well, my sunglasses. You've obviously got the glove box. You've also got this little compartment down the bottom. I think it's for your sunglasses. Oh, I can't open it now. But yeah, there is so much. So this is the amount of space we've got in the boot. Obviously my boot is quite full at the moment, but you can do like a week shop in here. Like, it's pretty good. So this is the frunk. It commonly comes with the spare wheel in there, which I've got at the moment, but you can put parts in there. You can see I've got my spare fog lights in there, all of that. So yeah, it's quite a lot of space for such a little car. Now for the biggest topic of all, and it is so common and we hear about it all the time in the MR2 world: snap oversteer. I have experienced this a couple of times. Ryan has experienced this a couple of times. I've heard that my generation, the Rev 5, isn't that bad for it. It's sort of the earlier models which are worse for it, like the Rev 2, Rev 3s. So yeah, I'm just going to touch on it a little bit. I don't have like full experience with it because it doesn't happen often to me at all. So we all know what oversteer is, but specifically the snap part of it is when you're overcorrecting yourself by like counter steering too much, and then as you sort of gain back traction, it just snaps in the opposite direction. This has happened to me twice, and it's happened to Ryan, I think, a few more times than he tells me about. I haven't found it that bad. I baby this car, I will admit. I won't drive it 100% just because I don't want anything to happen to it. But I know it does happen to people quite a bit. But I was really worried about it. I was really scared when I first found out about getting this car. But honestly, it is nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Touch wood, I've never had a bad experience with snap oversteer. It has never gone to the extreme. I feel like there is a lot of stigma around the snap oversteer, and I feel like it does put a lot of people off. But don't let it put you off. As long as you don't drive it 100% of the rain, I think you'll be fine. I hope that has given you guys a good overview of the Toyota MR2. I absolutely love this car so much. I will have this car forever, maybe even multiple of them forever, and I wouldn't want to drive anything else. If there was anything you think that I've missed, drop it in the comments. Whilst you're there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. You don't know how much your support means to Ryan and I. And we are one step closer every day to sort of quitting our jobs and doing this full time, which is our dream. So thank you guys so much. You don't know how much your support means to us. Get yourself over to Facebook Marketplace right now and just buy that MR2.